So I'm gonna actually walk through a recent CVE. It's actually a category 10, right? So it's ranked at a score 10 for what's actually happening, but there's a little more in-depth look I wanna look about that to what that actually means. So first, let's jump over to the CVE website, understanding that we can search by CVEs here. So if you go to cve.miter.org, you're actually able to go through and find different CVEs, search for CVE lists. Now, we're going to jump in one that I've already found. This is CVE 2024-20418. Now, what happened here is Cisco has the ultra-reliable wireless backhaul software, and it has a command injection vulnerability. This is a pretty commonly known type vulnerability, and basically what's happening here is because you don't neutralize the special inputs on input you're taking in from a user, you're able to take control of part of the system or cause certain things to happen, like certain functions to be able to execute that you wouldn't want them to be able to, right? So you can inject a command and get access to the underlying system to do malicious behavior. Now, this is considered a 10 score critical vulnerability. That's a really big deal when you're on a scale of 1 to 10. You're at the max type vulnerability. But I wanted to dig into this a little bit more because I think there's a little bit more to understand about this vulnerability besides its CVSS score specifically, right? So let's look at another website we have here. This is actually called CVEdetails.com. This is powered by a company called Security Scorecard. One thing that I really like that they bring into light is they don't just look at this CVE scored. They also look at this thing called the EPSS score. And that is the probability of exploitation, or the EPSS stands for Exploit Prediction Scoring System. And it goes beyond, yes, this is a critical vulnerability. How probable is this going to be exploited in the next 30 days? We have a score of 0.04 for this vulnerability. Now, when it's exploited, it's obviously massively critical, but the chance of its exploit is really low. And so I'm actually going to go over to the EPSS website real quick and talk about what this is. The idea is they're trying to take a data-driven effort to estimate how likely a vulnerability will actually be exploited. When you start pairing the likelihood of exploit with the CVSS score, so understanding how impactful it is once you actually exploit that system, we can start getting a more clean picture of what's going on. The reason I think that's so important is if we can actually go in here and use this website to surf by day of exploitation. So here, let's look at November. These are all the recent CVEs that have been reported in November. We can sort these by the CVSS score, which is how like the impact, right? Which you have a lot of 10s here, but something I want to call out is we have a lot of low percentage. If it's green, it's a 0.04. It's not likely to get impacted. So one of the things I find interesting is we can actually sort by the EPSS score, and now we start seeing some scores that have much higher likelihood to being impacted and still a pretty high CVSS score. To be honest, something like this would be way more concerning to me if he has a 34% likelihood to be exploited, as well as a high CVSS score, like an 8.1, that's going to concern me even more than a 10 that has a 0.04 chance of being exploited. Not that we shouldn't be aware and that we shouldn't be watching these, but as you start looking into the CVSS scores and CVE alerts, one thing I do want people to keep in mind is likelihood of exploitability is a really big part of this impact. So make sure you're doing follow-on research when you're thinking about implementing security controls or reacting to these, is understanding there's a likelihood of whether or not these can be affected. And people are collecting data and trying to provide that data to you, so leverage it to better understand how these vulnerabilities work.